Good morning. What up, Maz?
Hey,
oh,
Adham.
yes. The Detroit Lions pregame show is always on a beautiful Sunday morning here on the Woodward Sports Network live. WoodwardSports.com. Thank you to everybody joining us today. Joined by myself, Adham, Beydoun, Tom Mazawey. Tom, good morning as always.
Good morning, Adham.
How you doing,
Great
buddy?
to see you.
Likewise.
Never get a chance to sit on the desk with you, so I'm happy to be here.
It's an honor. It's an honor. Booner, good morning, buddy.
Good
How
morning.
you doing?
I'm doing good.
Happy
Game
betting.
day.
Congratulations on the win yesterday. The over 34.5 hit.
Yep.
Good for you. Good for you. We're joined by Kareem, of course. We got a lot of great stuff planned for today. We got Stick, Flannel Sam, Charlie. We got a ton of people downtown today. Easy. All getting content, fun fan interviews. We'll go to them throughout the day. That should be fun. But, Maz, we'll get right into it.
Let's do it.
Jacksonville are the underdogs today. The Lions, the home favorites.
Who knew?
Who would have thought? Both 4-7 coming into this game. Trevor Lawrence over the last 3 games playing some of his best ball. The Lions defense over the last 3-4 games playing some of their best ball we've seen them play in maybe 2, 3, 4 years.
Yep.
So Lions are coming into their own. The Jaguars are coming into their own. 2 teams that were pretty optimistic before the season. Had hopes. Have underdelivered so far, but the games are ahead of them now. They play each other. Their schedules do reflect each other a little bit. Your thoughts, Maz?
Well, the Lions also come in here pretty hot. Should have won last week against Buffalo. We all know that. But they've won 3 of their last 4. And since the Aubrey Pleasant firing, they've went from the bottom of the heap at 32nd in the secondary to moved up to 19th. That's a hell of a jump. And we're expecting some players back today. Of course, the first one on offense, Jameson Williams. Matter of fact, Lions tweeted it out just about 18 hours ago that they've activated him from the inactive list. He is on this team.
Finally.
And raring to go. I'm not sure if he's going to start or if he's just going to come in for a pitch count or whatever. Other guys, Josh Pascal's going to play. We've got Jeff Okudah, who's back in the lineup. These are really great things. Romeo Okwara has been activated. We're going to get to see him. Julian goes on the IR instead. So
one of them's always out.
You can't have both Okwaras. That's just not the way it goes. But this is a team that's won 3 out of 4, playing good ball. If Dan Campbell can just keep this thing straight and not hack up timeouts at the end and the clock and all these issues, maybe kick a couple of field goals. I like the Lions to win this game. It was 1.5 the Lions were getting all week, and now all of a sudden they're favored by 1. Boone, what's up with that?
I have no clue, but I'm on the Lions today too. I feel like the last 3 or 4 weeks I've been on the Lions, and they've obviously won 3 of their last 4. I'm just excited. I want to see this defense back again with Jeff Okudah back, with all of these guys that are off the injury list. Just come back, because it felt like a couple weeks ago when we won 3 straight, it felt like that defense was just finally starting to get into that place. So I want to see them back fully healthy today, see what the defense can do versus this Jags team. I'm excited to see Jeff Okudah back on the field. That's one of my biggest ones.
Look, let's be real. You see it on the screen. You saw the players that are returning. Maz already went through it. Jameson Williams, reportedly over the last 3 days, has wowed everybody in Allen Park. And that was the decision behind activating him. And look, I don't want to sound like I don't like being repetitive, Maz, but sometimes, damn it, you have to do it.
Do it, man.
When we talked about going into the NFL draft, this kid was not on the board. That was not a feasible reality that you would ever picture before the draft.
Unless you picked him at 2.
Unless you picked him at 2, because he was going to go top 10, top 12,
Correct.
top 15. Cool. You go to draft day. They move up. Is it Malik Willis? Is it Kyle Hampton? No. It's Jameson Williams.
You had to stick him in there, didn't you?
Sorry, Master. So then they move forward. And what happens? And again, I'm really, I need you guys to hear me out here. The Lions potentially, I'm not saying they did, but they potentially drafted not only the best defensive prospect in the draft, but the best offensive prospect in the draft, who in my opinion, and I don't think it's really my opinion, I think all of you would agree, had he not torn his ACL against Georgia, he would have been the first receiver off the board, not Drake London. It wouldn't be Garrett Wilson after. It wouldn't be Chris Olave. It wouldn't be any of these guys. It would have been Jameson Williams. And the Lions took their shot on him. And when we talk about the 4 most important positions in football, it's quarterback, protecting the quarterback, giving him weapons with a wide receiver, and, of course, getting after the opposing team's quarterback, which would be a pass rusher. You decided to fill both needs in the first round this past draft.
And then you come back in the second round and get your bookend defensive end in Josh Pascal, another injured guy. But He is back in the lineup, and when he did get in the lineup about a month ago, I remember, I forget the team they were playing. Maybe it was Dallas or I forget, but he was very active in that first quarter. Kind of disappeared after that a little bit, but again, guy hasn't played since last November, really.
Yep.
And now, supposedly, he is healthy and ready to go. Here's a funny thing I brought up, I thought about today on my way in. Jameson Williams is wearing Matthew Stafford's old number. Number 9, playing for the first time. Number 9 in L.A., not playing anymore. He goes on the injured list. It just, I don't know, it's like a full type of...
Yeah, it's come full circle,
It's come
man.
full circle. One 9 sits, the other 9 starts. And, hey, man, God bless you, Jameson.
Maz, you
Stay
remember
healthy.
the Herschel Walker trade, right?
Of course.
That was wow. That was holy hell. The game really changed after that. You look back at the Diggs trade. Could there ever have been a more fair trade? Stephon Diggs for Justin Jefferson. It was a perfect trade.
It worked out.
It worked out so evenly.
That was a long shot when they did it.
But
it worked out because they rolled the dice on Jefferson.
They totally did.
Yeah.
And what happened after?
It paid off.
And now you look at the Lions. Here, take the franchise quarterback. Go win your Super Bowl. They did. 1 year into it, you're like, man, the Rams really got the better of that deal. And now we are at the tail end of this season, and the Lions are likely going to get a top 2 pick. Because the Rams, I don't think, will win another game.
I hope not.
Depending on your
I got Seattle
that's
today.
a whole different problem. But
I might force the Rams to win because I like Seattle today.
And to Adam, to your point with Jameson Williams about he would have been the number 1 receiver off the board last year versus arguably the best defense in college football of all time, Georgia. He had 184 yards and 2 touchdowns.
He single-handedly won that game for Alabama.
Yes, and if he doesn't go down in the championship game, they probably are right in that game, and potentially he's a game changer to where you win a national championship with him in your lineup to where if he goes out and you lose by 2 touchdowns.
And let's not mistake what he is as a wide receiver. Everybody, when we hear speed, it's like, all right, vertical, go downfield, run. That is not the player he is. He is a yak guy. He is unbelievable. I don't need Jared Goff to throw a 40, 50-yard bomb downfield.
It would be nice, though.
It would be nice. But, hey, a bubble screen, an underneath route. There are so many ways. An intermediate crossing route. You have so many options with this guy. Other than, Maz, he's fast. Let's throw the ball downfield, which is something your quarterback can't even do all that well.
No, he's going to underthrow.
You brought up Dan Campbell. Thursday Night Football. It is game management, key moments you would like to not talk about. I don't want to go into a Monday having to talk about game situations that they clearly messed up. For example, the DJ Chark play.
Oh, no. He's a mess when it comes to that.
Let me walk you through my mindset. When they threw the ball, I was okay with it.
Me too.
And I was upset for 2 reasons. I was okay with it because I was under the assumption that they would run the ball in the next play.
Yeah,
that they had 2 plays dialed up. They were going to take their shot, and then they were going to go for it and try to ice the clock. Okay, no problem.
Not kick a 50, and whatever yarder.
Where I got upset initially was you had not thrown the ball more than 20, 25 yards downfield all game. And when the game is on the line, you decide to go to a play call that you hadn't executed all game, dare I say even tried. Really confused me. And now you got a Jacksonville team coming in. Doug Peterson, high tempo. Jamal Agnew, Zay Jones, Christian Kirk, Marvin Jones. Look, these aren't household names, but they work for Doug Peterson. Travis Etienne now healthy. JaMychal Hasty as a backup running back is a problem out of the backfield catching passes. So this is a Jacksonville offense that I think is going to be a formidable test for this Lions defense. We'll see how they do. And then you look defensively for the Jags. They don't really offer, anything special. They don't have big names. They don't offer anything special, but they're okay. They're middle of the pack. They're not awful. They're not good. So this is a big test. We talk about Dan Campbell having to win games, why it's important. Here you go. Here's your next litmus test. You played a very good game against Buffalo.
Should be 4 in a row. Let's face it.
Yep.
I mean, this should be a 6-5 team. If we're
easily.
honest, but
We've seen that same play call multiple times this year on like a 3rd and 1, and they just take a shot and then don't go for it. So like it's something that we've talked about with Dan Campbell. Is like we want to see him change and learn from his mistakes. But like that play call, we've seen that in the past, and they still go that same route. And I know Ben Johnson's the one that calls the plays, or I don't know if Jared Goff called.
But they go through.
He changed the play, what happened, all of that, but.
Booner, I'm going to give you some inside information. Nobody knows this.
Yeah.
Maybe Maz because he worked inside of Allen Park. Okay? You ready for this?
Yeah.
Technically the Silverdome at the time. In the NFL, you ready for this? Nobody blames the coordinators. You know why? Because the head coach is held accountable at the end of the day. You don't go to any good situation around the NFL and say, man, that offensive coordinator is holding him back.
Except
Or,
Matt
boy,
Patricia.
well, that's a bum. I mean, he's a bum, but that's Bill Belichick's decision, and he's got to own up to it.
Oh,
Sorry.
He's failing.
So
but he's not an offensive coordinator.
He's failing Mac
Don't
Jones
forget
bad,
that.
and look, I don't want to waste too much time on coordinators and what they mean, but that's the reality at the end of the day. Let's take a quick pause. When we get back, let's talk about the challenge the Jaguars face with Jameson Williams being activated. What is he bringing to the table?
And I want to know what to bet on the
What does it
overs
mean
and
for the
unders.
offense?
I want to know how much yards Jameson Williams is going to
He's
be
not
on
available
those
right
prop
now.
bets.
He is not available.
can't get him right now.
You can't get him only
Okay.
as an anytime touchdown. You can get him.
Oh, okay.
It is brutal because
I saw-
I would smash the over on anything.
Well,
I saw Jesse Adams already put in the chat plus 400 Jameson Williams touchdown.
Anytime touchdown?
He said he already put it on. I might do it just to do it.
You know what?
Just
Wouldn't
for the
surprise
hype.
me if Jameson Williams scored an end around today. It wasn't even a receiving touchdown.
Yeah.
Expect him to line up out of the backfield. Expect him. We'll get to this. I don't want to spoil it all.
All right.
Let's take a quick pause. When we get back, Jameson Williams, what impact he'll make in his first NFL game for the Detroit Lions, all that and so much more. But before we go, I want to check in with Stick over at the Brass Rail.
We are live at the Brass Rail. It's the Cuervo Zone. My name is Stick with Woodward Sports. What's your name, man?
Brendan Gasser.
Brendan, where are you from?
Oh, originally from St. Louis Shores, but live on the west side now.
All right, West Side for life?
Yeah, well,
Or east side?
Home, gotta come back home, gotta come back home.
Who do you think's going to win today? Let's just get it out of the way.
Oh, it's be the Lions for sure. Big W today. We gotta keep going for the playoffs, and, we got this.
What do you think about Jameson Williams' return?
Oh, I'm hoping he's starting today. We'll see. Listen, I actually want to quote you guys on your podcast. Watch you guys, knowing that he's going to be dressed today, and we've got to just see if he's playing for real or not.
Yeah, they could use him as a decoy, but either way, that opens some things up, right?
It's going to be a big day today. Big day today.
Who you down here with?
So I got some buddies here that one of my best friends, John, Kyle, and JD. We all drove over here for this game today, and we're super stoked. So
They got to beat the Jags, man.
Oh, dude, this should be an easy W, but you know how it goes.
Hey, that's what I was saying. Like that was one of the things I said. Like, this is like to prove that they're not the same old Lions. This is a game they gotta win.
Absolutely. I think Motor City Dan's gonna get through it, and we're gonna do this, and another W on the board.
All right, man. We'll have some fun at the Brass Rail.
Pleasure,
Appreciate
man.
you.
Pleasure.
Ryan. Nice to meet you. We are live, Brass Rail, Cuervo Zone. Come on down, pre and post game. Anson and I will be doing it live right here.
That is awesome. That is awesome, Stick. Thank you so much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the Woodward Sports Detroit Lions pregame show is brought to you by our good friends over at Swiss. We'll take a minute break. When we get back, Jameson Williams activated, making his NFL debut. What to expect coming up in just a bit.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
The sports marketing agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zuniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
Them pretty much surprised me. Great quarterback. Been throwing with all of them, and they just been putting the ball right where it needs to be. And I just been running good routes, and just been having a lot of fun. So that's the most important thing.
Very, very well spoken. Not a diva. Excited. Very happy to be making his NFL debut. Maz, I mean that's all you can ask for, and you know.
You remember draft night, how sad he looked.
Oh, yeah.
Remember we all got worried.
So sad.
And now he don't look sad. He don't look sad. He looks like he's raring to go on a potential hell of an offense coming up.
No, it is a hell of an offense. Yeah. Jameson Williams, DJ Chark, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Look, and I know Chark has been not reliable, not
he's
great.
He's coming in now.
The point is, as an offensive, hell, forget the offensive side of the ball. If I'm a defensive coordinator, Mass, and I'm looking at the Lions right now, and insert Jameson Williams.
Yeah.
Well, where's St. Brown? Okay, he's over there. Where's Jameson? Well, he's over there. He's in the slot. All right. Where's Swift? Well, he's in the backfield. Okay, cool. Wait, they have 2 tight ends set? So they're running the ball. Well, they're going to actually do deep play action. What the fuck? How do I stop this? Offense is really, I mean, this is what we talked about before the season, guys. The Lions were going to have a very good offense because of the offensive line, the ability to run the ball, the ability to make defenses question what's actually going on. The Lions are a team that can throw the ball for 3 downs, Mass, and they can run the ball for 3 downs.
Yep.
They have all the choices in the world.
Jameson gives them that look that, hey, we're going to throw it. Oh, no. We're going to run it right down your throat because you're not stacking the box anymore. Yep. You can't stack the box
and vice
against
versa.
this team. Yeah.
You bring in the extra guard. You bring in the extra tight end. It's an obvious, quote, obvious running situation. It's an obvious running down, maybe 2nd and 3.
Yep.
And you know what they're going to do? They're going to line up St. Brown on the inside, J-Mo on the outside, or vice versa. One of them's going to run an intermediate crossing route, the other a deep crossing route. And you know what's going to happen? If you catch a team, that's going for 6.
You know it. It
That
could
is
have
so
happened.
frustrating to game plan
It
for.
could have happened many times this year, but Jared Goff misses the throw. He does.
I think
He
it's
misses
tough to
the
miss
throw.
Jameson Williams. I mean, with his speed, my mother could hit him wide open downfield at this point. But to your point, though, Jared Goff has struggled with the deep ball. But you know what? Jared Goff has been effective from 13 to 21 yards downfield. That's his comfort zone. Why, though? Because of Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah.
Though that is his go-to route. That is his go-to moment. So with Jameson Williams back, I'm not putting 120, 150-yard expectations or 10 targets. If I'm honest with you, I'm thinking 4 or 5 targets. He'll probably get 3 or 4 catches. They're going to ease him in. They'll probably give him an end around or 2. They'll line him up out of the backfield with some weird gadget play that they probably won't go to him, but they're going to show you the look. That way you have to game plan it for the weeks to come. I think Ben Johnson's going to have fun with the kid. I don't think they're going to go out of their way to get him involved, though. I would put limited expectations. Expect probably 1 or 2, big shots downfield to him, but other than that, I'm not sure what to expect, Mass.
You know what I'm picking? I'm telling you right now, and Booner, I need you to check this for me. What's the number on DJ Chark? He's against his old team. He is starting to get healthy. Got a touchdown last week. Finally broke the seal. I love DJ Chark today, big time today, because he's going to be the guy that they're not going to pay attention to as much as the other guys.
I was going to say the exact same thing. Yesterday, as soon as it showed that Jameson was playing, 2 things came to mind. One, I was like, our running game, I think, is going to go to another level. It was already good with the offensive line, but now you have Jameson Williams where the defense they have to put guys back. They have to change to where the running game is going to open up a ton. But DJ Chark is going to be that odd guy out. Amon-Ra is he has a target on his back. Jameson Williams does as well. DJ Chark, Maz, is sitting at 30.5 right now. Receiving yards.
I think
that goes over easily.
Easy.
And especially, too, like, they're going to be, like, Jameson Williams is going to be a problem. They're probably not going to go to him a ton today, his first game. Like Adam said, what, four targets maybe? They're going to still go to DJ Chark, and he's going to be wide open multiple times today.
Josh Reynolds might have a good day.
Yeah.
Josh Reynolds might. But I love Chark today against his old team. There's something about that. When you're playing your old team, a team that gave up on you, they passed up on him, man, right? Who'd they bring in instead?
Let's see. They got rid of Chark, and they brought in Christian Kirk.
There you go. They paid Kirk. They didn't want to pay Chark. He comes here for $10 million.
Paid Kirk, too, which was
They
interesting.
changed the market, it felt like, when they did that.
No doubt.
Well, again, NFL GMs, you call them stupid or not. Maybe you like some of them. Maybe you think some of them are smart. Go look at the 5, 6, 7, 8 most successful teams. They've got wide receiver 1. They've got quarterback 1. They've got an elite pass rusher. And they've got a left or right tackle that changes the game. It's that simple. That's how teams are built. And what do you know? What has Brad Holmes done in the first round his first 2 years? Left tackle, wide receiver, pass rusher.
Yep.
You guys ask me why I'm giddy and why I really see the Lions moving forward. It's stuff like this.
Now, just side note off this game, and I bring it up all the time. When do you draft your quarterback?
When?
Yeah. Because isn't that the next step? You just ran down
the four most
quarterback
important
one.
things. Yep.
Yeah, and all the things. Now, running backs, we're going to talk about that a little later. There's a hell of a crop of free agent running backs coming around, and Jamal Williams is one of them. But to me, Tony Pollard, I'm rolling out the red carpet to him. But that side note, we'll do that later. But I'm asking you, Adam, and Boone, when do you draft your quarterback? I don't see one there that really says draft me in the top 3 picks.
I'm going to assume today the season ends and the Lions are picking at 3. And I'm going to assume Bryce Young goes number 1 and Will Anderson goes number 2, although it wouldn't surprise me if Stroud went 1 because of his intangibles,
Correct.
the size, 6'3",
plus look who's
mobility.
drafted.
It's the Texans.
Yeah.
So I'm going to assume you have the number 3 overall pick. Will Anderson is off the board, and one of the 2 quarterbacks are off the board. I love me some Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
Hell, I love me some Drake May right now. 24 is looking a lot more promising than 23. This is the second consecutive draft class where, let's be honest, we're not really in love with all the quarterbacks. Now, if Bryce Young is there at 3, it's tough for me to pass on a franchise quarterback like that.
You think he's a franchise quarterback?
I do think he has the potential, yes.
You don't think
Stroud,
he's just another Kyler Murray?
Kyler Murray, in theory, is a... I mean, I don't know how I feel about Kyler, Maz. He's such an attitude problem. I don't think Bryce Young has that problem. I don't think Stroud has that problem. But I'm looking to move down. I'm looking to move down a spot, 4 or 5. And I'm looking to walk away with Jalen Carter if I can. Or I'm just taking him at 3. I don't think I'm drafting a quarterback that high this year. And let's remember, depending on how the season goes, right now you're picking at 13. It won't cost you much to move from 13 to 9 or 13 to 10 like the Chiefs did all those years ago, moving up to 10 to get Mahomes. So
those days are over. Because then a guy like Mahomes will never slide down that far anymore. They hoodwinked
Well,
the
not
NFL.
necessarily. We saw it a few years ago. Herbert fell to 7. Tua fell to 5. Remember, that was the tank for Tua draft.
Yeah,
4 teams
I
passed
certainly
on.
do remember.
And then 6 teams passed on outside of the Dolphins. I don't really count them because they took a quarterback at least. Justin Herbert. So it is possible. Obviously, in a draft like next year, you would imagine Caleb and May are 1 and 2. So that's a bit more difficult to your point. But yeah, I think I take the chance with the second pick if I can move up 3, 4, 5 spots and get my guy. If not, Maz, I'm sorry. My lips are getting wet for Jalen Carter. I'm getting giddy for Jalen Carter or Will Anderson.
So you're sticking with Goff and I'm going forward then.
I can.
You're going to have to renegotiate his contract.
Here's the problem.
Because he's going to make $31 million.
He won't do it. He won't do it.
If they cut him, they only lose $10 million.
Yep.
That's the only hit that they take.
I think
they can't cut him because there's nothing else out there right now.
Here's the problem. I see potential to walk away with one of the 2, 3 best defensive players in the draft with the first pick. And then your second pick, you have the ability to go after a secondary player, which you need help at. Don't tell me Will Harris and Jeff Okudah are enough. You need secondary help. You go get a Joey Porter Jr. You go get a Kelly Ringo. That is what you need to think. And again,
Joey Porter's top 10.
I've seen 15, 17. But again, these are so early, man. Right. I mean, what can you do? But
I do think, though, if Bryce Young isn't on the table and you're at 3, I do think you either trade back, add more value, and then, or like you said, go defense, go to defense.
Here's how I evaluate
and look into the
quarterbacks.
next draft, right?
And it's flawed. I'm not telling you what I think right now is 100% true. Maz, you have watched great and awful quarterbacks in your life. Yep. So I think you can back me up on this. If I go look around the league and I go look at the top 5, top 10 quarterbacks right now, they all have one very common trait in common outside of maybe Aaron Rodgers. And that is, but really he did though. So I'm going to add him into it.
Running.
Adversity. No. Adversity. The ability to handle adversity. Josh Allen, Wyoming. Patrick Mahomes, Texas Tech, sat a year. Aaron Rodgers, sat a year, fell in the draft. Brett Favre, could he ever live up to the hype? Joe Burrow couldn't start at Ohio State, went to LSU, won a natty. I already mentioned Josh Allen, Wyoming. Justin Herbert, everybody doubted him. He only had arm strength coming out of Oregon. Tua Tagovailoa, too small, injury prone. These guys have a very, very similar trait in common all across the board. The successful ones, they overcome adversity. I've seen Bryce Young overcome adversity in college so far. Stroud, I'm to be determined on because he has an opportunity to do it in the college football playoff, which we'll get to at noon once it comes out. That's the trait I look for. I'm not saying it's always 100% right, but I'm looking at, what obstacles have you faced in your life? Because I'm trusting you with the keys to my franchise. I don't want just the sexy, flashy kid. That's Josh Rosen. That's Baker Mayfield. That's all these scrubs that get drafted. Marcus Mariota, Jameis Winston. Manziel. I need a guy that I can give the keys to and sleep at night. Can you handle adversity? That's what I look for in a quarterback. I see it in Young. That doesn't mean he's going to work out. But that is one of the most important traits outside of the standard. Can he make the throws? Can he move out of the pocket? What's the size? I think we're well past that. There is no formula to hit on a franchise quarterback. But you got to make the pick to try and hit. You don't think the Commanders regret passing on a quarterback?
Of course.
You don't think the Commanders would rather have Tua Tagovailoa or Justin Herbert
They
right
got
now
Sam
as their quarterback?
Howell. Will Sam Howell ever see the light of day? I don't know.
And I will say this, and Adam might get mad. I don't know, Maz, where you're at with this. But with the second pick there, I wouldn't be surprised if at some type, and I'll probably bring it up once we get into draft talk after the season. I'm going to probably bring some film. I'm going to try and see more on this guy. But a quarterback that's going to be, and you're not going to like it, but a Will Levis. And let me tell you this why, too, is he has shown that he can play. Like, he has the arm strength. He can run. I do think if Brad Holmes, he said it last year in the offseason, where when he falls in love with his guy,
he likes Kentucky.
He will take that guy. If he falls in love with Will Levis, do not be surprised at all.
Yeah, that's
if he chases
I have
a quarterback
solutions for
and goes
everything,
Will Levis.
buddy. I'm one step ahead of you. Because he drafts Will Levis, I got a Colt 45 in the trunk. I'm good. I don't have to watch that shit.
I'm giving you a
I'll
heads
make it
up
go
here.
quick. You kidding me? Will Levis.
I don't think people are going to like
Third-round
that.
quarterbacks, Dak Prescott, Russell Wilson. What they have in common? Adversity. Dak Prescott, the worst adversity, family-related.
Yes.
Ole Miss, that is awful. Russell Wilson, transfer student, third-round pick. They bring in Matt Flynn. He wins the job. That is a common trait to me. I think that is one of the few things you can point out and say.
Well, then Jared Goff has it.
I don't think Jared
Takes his
Goff.
team to a Super Bowl and then gets basically thrown to the curb by his head coach and dissed, basically. Apologized by Sean McVay many times last year. So
Can I ask you something?
he's got controversy.
Can I ask you something? I know Sean McVay is young and arrogant.
And stupid sometimes.
What do you think of him as a head coach? Is he one of the greats?
Yes.
Okay.
Not greats. He's very good.
Well, he needs to earn great with longevity.
Correct.
But during his time, he is one of the greats in that window.
Yeah, but look what he did this year. It's the worst start by a Super Bowl team,
And
defending
it's the worst
champion in
roster
history.
we've seen by a Super Bowl team in a year after. No offensive line, no run game, no wide receivers outside of Cooper Kupp, no defense.
They sold their soul.
They sold their soul for the Super Bowl.
And
They
it
got
worked.
it. So
It worked.
I can't really hate on it, but I'm going to ask you this because do I trust Sean McVay and Les Snead's vision more than Jared Goff supporters and what they think of him? I don't love Jared Goff, but I do know he's a middle-of-the-pack quarterback.
Yeah,
I know
is.
he's capable. And I know if I had Mike Vrabel in here or John Harbaugh or Kyle Shanahan, that the Lions would probably be winning the division or contending for
They've
it.
been dealing with middle quarterbacks their whole careers. Well, Lamar Jackson aside.
So you can win with average in the NFL. The problem is, okay, well, if I keep Jared Goff, can Dan Campbell overcome Goff? Because it's a two-way street. And if I draft a franchise quarterback, can that franchise quarterback overcome a head coach if he's not the right guy? And most quarterbacks can't. So you're in a very sensitive position. I would say they pass on drafting the quarterback. Maybe they take a flyer in the late second, early third. I just don't see it in the first round unless they move up to one. And if they move up to one, Mass,
they're not moving up
I'm
to
answering the call. Well, you never know. We'll see if Houston might beat Cleveland today. You answer the call, Mass, and you say, hey, I'll move back to 3. You give me a future 1, and you give me a future 4 and a 3 or whatever it costs to move up 2 spots in the NFL draft. You want Bryce Young? This is what you're going to have to pay. You make the deal. You fall back. You can either take C.J. Stroud or you can take one of the defensive players, and you are set in the future. You continue your rebuild. Here's another trait on why we see quarterbacks fail, Mass. Situations. You have to go to the right situation as a quarterback.
Of course.
That matters. And is there a better situation for any rookie quarterback in the NFL right now than the Lions? Offensive line.
No, it's
run game, a young offensive coordinator, Jamison Williams, Amon-Ra St. Brown. It's a great situation.
Sure is.
So if the Lions were to take a C.J. Stroud or a Bryce Young, and that's hypothetical as of today with who the best prospects are, I don't think I flip the table. I would just be a bit surprised because the support you need on defense is right in front of you. And if I would have told you had a top 15 defense, I think we'd all agree this would be a team with a winning record, no? So that's where I stand on this.
No, I can't disagree with you. And like I said, if you really believe in Bryce Young and he's there at 3, if you're picking at 3, maybe you're picking at 2. I think you take the chance and take your quarterback. I know you need defense. Hopefully you can get somebody with that second pick. And if you have to move up and maybe find a guy, you can. They got the draft capital to move that second pick up, their own pick, and go from there. And you mentioned Will Levis. And we on the show, on our afternoon show with Braylon and Ryan, Ryan always brings up he only wants a quarterback that has won in college. And Will Levis really hasn't really won in college. That's my only downside on him. He might be the prototypical pro quarterback. He just might not have the talent around him. I didn't watch him enough to know. What's your take on him?
Yeah, I mean, the winning thing to the side, like you look at like Josh Allen, he didn't do a ton of winning, at Wyoming. It's the same thing. And I just think you have to take a look at all of these guys. Like, he has every single skill set that you look in at a quarterback, especially in the game right now where you want to have a quarterback that can run the ball. He has the arm strength. I do think, he's playing in the SEC versus Bama every year. I do think that there's a side of it to where, it's tough to win in the SEC. So, and to Adam, to your point is with Bryce Young is, I don't think there's a better spot for Bryce Young to go, to be honest. Detroit might be the best spot for him to land next year.
Detroit is the best spot for any quarterback to land in the upcoming draft.
Yeah, like
outside of the teams that are really good in the later rounds.
And with Bryce Young, like, you're coming in there with Jamison Williams, who you've played with in the past. Like, that is your guy. The offense is built.
Well, I'd rather die than have Will Levis.
Bryce Young 100 times would rather go to Detroit right now than to Houston with what they have going on there. And it's not that they don't have anything good going on.
They don't.
What we have going on is 100 times better than there.
Yep, I'm with you.
He wants to get here in Detroit. I think there's a possibility that Detroit finds a way to where Brad Holmes falls in love with this guy, and he finds a way to go get him. Because we've seen him do it with Jameson Williams last year.
All right, well, look, let's take a quick pause. When we get back, we'll go around for the injury report, Maz. I know that's coming out just in a little bit. The college football playoff rankings coming out at noon. We'll get to that as well. If any of you are soccer fans, France is up 2-0 in the knockout stage against Poland. Kylian Mbappe just scored his 8th World Cup goal. To put that into perspective, he just passed Pele for the most World Cup goals before turning 24. He's not even 24 yet, and he's got 8 World Cup goals. I believe the all-time leader is at 13 or 14, Miroslav Klose. I could be wrong. I'm crushing it today, by the way. My fucking memory is on point. Having said that, we're going to take a quick break. We'll check into what's coming out at the Brass Rail. We'll see you guys in just a little bit.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
Hi, I'm John from Better Rate Mortgage, and to me, family is more than blood. That's why I have the biggest family in Metro Detroit. If you're looking to buy a house or refinance and need a loan, come get treated better than family by me and our entire team here at Better Rate Mortgage. We pride ourselves on giving you better advice, better service, and a better loan experience. That's why we are Better Rate. If you're looking for a new mortgage, come get treated like family. Actually, better with Better Rate Mortgage. Visit us at mybetterrate.com or call at 248-480-4467 today.
Hey, it's Court and Flannel Sam from Woodward Sports. We're going to run the 40. Going down for it. Marks. Set. Go.
We are live at the Brass Rail. It is the Cuervo Zone. My name is Stick. What's your name, man?
Joe Flo, man.
How you doing?
I'm great, man.
Got the Amon-Ra St. Brown jersey on today. How many yards Amon-Ra St. Brown going to have today?
I'm going to say he's going to have 128 yards, 2 tutties, 2 receiving tutties.
I like that. You think J-Mo's going to help him out, open him up a bit?
J-Mo's going to open the pass game up. Jamal Williams is going to start running the ball. He's going to get a couple touchdowns, too.
So wait, okay, so you got Jamal with 2 touchdowns, you got Armand with 2 touchdowns, so we're looking at 28 points. What's the score going to be?
It's going to be 32-7.
32-7. Damn, they're going to beat that ass like that?
Beat that ass. You already know. You already know.
What do you think about Aiden Hutchinson? You think we got the better draft pick?
I think we got the better draft pick. He needs to have a really good game today, so we're going to see how he does.
All right, cool. Who are you here with?
I'm with Peyton right now.
Hi, Peyton. How you doing?
Hi, Peyton.
Come on, Peyton. Come over here real quick. Say hi to the camera. Just peek your face in. Say hi. This is Peyton, everybody.
Hi, Peyton.
Say go Lions.
Go Lions.
All right, man. Well, thanks for coming to the Brass Rail. Cuervo Zone, back to you, Adam.
Stick. Appreciate it so much. Thank you so much. Man, I couldn't tell who won the 40-yard dash.
Who won that thing? Flannel?
But Flannel looks stiff. He lost to a mini fat guy, and I'm
Who
very
did he even go
disappointed.
against? I missed it.
His name is Court.
Okay.
He is a funny dude that we're kind of having fun with at the network, getting to know him a little bit. He's been hanging out with the boys, so that's fun. Maz, it's that time. 8. So used to being in the first hour. 11:38.
Time for the inactives.
Time for the inactives report. Kareem, you can throw it up on the screen.
All
Let's
right,
read
there
it
you
for
go,
you, Maz.
fellas.
Go for it.
Michael Brockers, again. Evan Brown sitting it out. Tom Kennedy, there's your, I told you earlier in the week, if J-Mo was going to play, Tom Kennedy was going to sit. Romeo Okwara, he was active, but he ain't active today. Amani Oruwariye and Logan Stenberg all sitting it out today. No one special on the Jaguars. Darrell Henderson, who they just picked up a couple weeks ago from the Rams, he is sitting it out as well. So any surprises there?
And no surprises, no concerns. No concerns. I'm pretty happy with what I'm seeing. The team is getting healthier. Jameson Williams is back. That's what matters. That's what matters. And depending on your expectations for the season, you want to see this kid come out and play. And I'm not saying play and ball out. That would be exceptional. Don't get me wrong. But you want to see him healthy, planting his foot in the ground, being very fluid. And, again, for the report to come out and say he wowed the building the last 3 days in practice, leads me to believe
he's raring to go.
He's probably been ready. He's probably been ready for the last week and a half, 2 weeks. But it's been, let's get you 150% physically. Let's get you into more contact drills at practice. I'm very excited.
You want to know who's really excited? It's the offensive coordinator, Ben Johnson. He was like glowing, and we got a sound bite here for you. This is the offensive coordinator, Ben Johnson, on what he's going to be able to do with Jameson Williams. Check the smile out.
I think back in the springtime we had a pretty good vision for how we're going to use him, and that hasn't changed, especially after what I saw yesterday. So we'll see, and it'll be a little trial and error too. Is he Tyreek Hill or Waddle from Miami? I don't know if he's quite like that. He's a little bit. He's unique.
Take it for what it is. I love the guy. I love him. I know I was propping him up way before he even called a single play for this team, but Maz, that is. I care about this stuff. I care about how you speak. Yeah. It matters to me.
And body language.
So well spoken.
Yeah.
The body language is great.
He just looks like he knows something that you don't know.
Oh, well, he knows. He has like 7 different things going in his mind.
Yeah.
Like, man, I can't wait to use this kid.
Yeah.
And I'm going to surprise. I mean,
that's why the 3rd and 1 play, I loved the call, because I know Ben Johnson knew it was going to work. It just wasn't properly executed.
And, again, I don't mind the call if you line up and go for it on 4th down.
But then we would have been pissed if they didn't make it.
No.
But then you got your timeouts. So, yeah, that was the move. There's no question about it. Dan Campbell, definitely they should have went. On all the times he goes on 4th down, that was the time that you go. But
Matt,
you know what?
who's-
He played the damn clock
who's
out
across the
to tie
sideline?
it.
Who's
Sean
across the
McDermott.
sideline? Josh Allen.
Josh Allen. They have
If
the
you're
most.
going against Kansas City, Buffalo, some of these heavyweights, I
give
will
them the
not
ball
get mad
back.
at you.
Don't-
I will not get mad at you for trying to win the game out of, I wouldn't say fear, but understanding they got that fucking guy across the field.
Yeah.
Right.
And there's nothing I can do to account for him. Diggs was quiet all game. Allen was kind of quiet all game. And it didn't matter. You know why? Because when they needed him most, 40-yard zip down the field, game over.
What a throw.
Impossible.
Yeah.
Unbelievable
In
throw.
between
But-
4 Lions.
So I can work with you when decisions don't go your way, but it has to pass the common sense
Yes.
test, Maz, for me. That's it.
You don't send a kicker out there that you don't trust. Missed a 28-yard field goal earlier tonight. You don't play for the tie. I mean, I was screaming at the TV in the 4 o'clock game when Cleveland was playing for the freaking tie against Tampa Bay to go to overtime. You want to go to overtime with Tom Brady? They lucked out. They won because Tampa Bay is inept. But you don't play for the tie. You want to let Tom Brady back on the field? No, you go for the kill. Go for the 2-point conversion like a couple of teams have done in the last few weeks. Remember the Chargers against the Cardinals?
Yep.
And then last week, what team went for 2 and won it to win it at the end of the game?
Chargers.
No, it was last week. Chargers did that a couple of weeks ago. There was another game.
My guess is the Chargers. I know the Chargers.
I could have sworn it. No. Yes. No, it was
they
the
did
Chargers.
at the end of the game, they
It
went
was.
for
It
2.
was last week.
I thought it was a couple of weeks
They
ago.
were
against the
down 1
Cardinals.
and they went for 2 to, I believe,
They
to
were
take the
tied.
lead. Or were they tied?
No, they were down 1.
I
You're
think they were
correct.
down 1.
They
went
went
for
the
2 to
win.
take the lead with like a minute left.
Yep,
If that.
they did go
Oh,
for
it was the Jags. Thank
the Jags.
you.
The
Oh,
Jags.
the Jags against
Thank
the
you.
Ravens. You're
Thank
right,
you.
Maz. I apologize.
Thanks for reminding me, guys, in the
chat.
Woodward
God bless
Sports
all of
chat.
you.
Thank you. I knew I had something because now we're playing the Jags. I wanted to bring that up. That point that Doug Peterson, hell man, he's like, the hell with this. I'm going for the win, and they beat Baltimore. Why am I going to give the ball back to Baltimore? No, I'm not. I'm going to go for the kill.
Yep.
At home, he did it, which you're not supposed to do, right? You're supposed to play for the tie at home and go for the win on the road. But Doug Peterson knew what to do, and it worked.
Here's the player I'm excited about today. He has a little bit of history, if that's what you want to say, with this team. Not DJ Chark, Aiden Hutchinson. Maz, we all expected him to go 1.
Yeah.
This was the obvious pick, the can't-miss pick of the draft. When he fell to 2, I couldn't believe it.
But there
I
was no
shocked.
really can't miss. There was, remember we all complained.
I
Look at the
understand.
Lions; they're sitting at number 2, and really, who are you going to take?
Well, because there's no quarterback. That's why people were upset. But no, I did think Aiden Hutchinson, of all the pass rushers, was you're not going to miss on this guy. Now, could he end up being only a 70, 80 sack career guy? Well, yeah, that'd be disappointing. But you're not going to miss where he's going to be out of the league in 4 years. That's a fact. So, yeah, look, I like to think Aiden was the can't miss at the time. He was the number 1 overall consensus prospect across the board for most GMs, and they passed on him.
But the hot name became Trayvon Walker.
Well, that's
Trayvon
Trent Baalke's
Walker.
history, right?
Yeah.
Size, athleticism, speed, all this
Yeah.
crap. That's what he loves. And you know what? Aiden Hutchinson has more sacks this year than Trayvon Walker and Kayvon Thibodeau combined. Aiden Hutchinson has more sacks, or interceptions, than Kayvon Thibodeau and Trayvon Walker combined.
I hope we don't hear Trayvon Walker's name all day today. I don't want to even see
Hopefully not all
him.
day. Expect to hear him still, but I expect Aiden to have a day. I'm looking for a sack and a half today.
Yep.
I'm expecting him to. Again, you want to get a quarterback who's just feeling himself right now. Trevor Lawrence, 270 yards a game, 2 touchdowns a game.
He's getting his mojo back.
77% completion percentage over the last 3 weeks. He's feeling it. You got to get after him. You got to hit him. You need pressure, and whether that's Pascal, whether that's James Houston, I'm looking at Aiden Hutchinson today, circling his name and saying, hey, buddy, you got to get after the quarterback today. I need you to. And I'm sure you all have seen the stat that was released by ESPN of the players that are doubled the most in the NFL. Myles Garrett is the most doubled pass rusher in the NFL and also the most successful pass rusher in the NFL.
He's special.
And a very distant third in terms of production, but he is third in terms of double teams, is Aiden Hutchinson. On his rookie year.
November, rookie of the month.
The third most double-teamed pass rusher in the NFL.
Wow.
Think about that. Only behind Parsons and Garrett. Now, he wins a lot less of his matchups when he's double-teamed. That is a fact. That is concerning. That is the downside of that stat, but that is Also, for a defensive coordinator, I'm like, all right, you're going to use 2 players for him. Thank you. Insert player Y here, player X here. So it opens up a lot for Detroit.
But it's the reason that it's happening is because he didn't have his Batman. He's Batman. He didn't have Robin. He didn't have Josh Pascal. Now he's got him again. And let's see if Pascal could stay healthy and get after that quarterback like he did in Kentucky when he was wearing a single digit. I don't remember the number, but he was wearing a single digit. And he was like, man, that guy looks like a player. That's the Josh Pascal I need to see. And he's got to help Hutchinson because both of them together, man, would make what a formidable duo that would make. And then, God forbid, you get some healthy guys in there. You know, Michael Brockers is probably not going to be with the team next year. You draft another guy, maybe it is time to get that kid from Georgia.
Where do you think right now for Defensive Rookie of the Year rankings? Obviously, Sauce is up there at number 1.
He is.
Do you still give Aiden a chance, do you think? 'Cause Sauce is one of the best corners in the league outright right now, right, at his position. Aiden, he's not up there like Sauce is in his position, but the year he's having, like, I saw the stat that he's the only player in the whole league to have 5.5 sacks and 2 interceptions, which is for a rookie, that's insane and I know that's not crazy because, the position, but
he had a big game against Washington.
He's plus 600 right now. If he has a couple big games, that probably moves. And then you have, 3 or 4 games left to where it's Sauce versus Aiden for that Defensive Rookie of the Year. Would you take him right now at 6-1?
No.
You would not?
No. Sauce Gardner's the best corner in the NFL.
It's a lock?
No. Sauce Gardner is the best fucking corner in the NFL. I don't think we understand this.
Okay, hold on.
He's given up 7 yards in man coverage all year.
Would you rather have him or Hutch right now?
I would rather have the pass rusher.
Okay, so you're still okay with Hutch over
Yeah,
over
I'm
him.
very okay with it. But we need to
as well.
understand Aiden Hutchinson isn't even a top 12 pass rusher yet. Maybe not even 15. Another goal for France. Holy hell. But we need to understand this. When we talk about giving the award fairly, Sauce is arguably the best at his position. Who's better? Surtain, he just got blown up by Devontae Adams. And we'll see. Today's the test for Sauce Gardner. He's got Justin Jefferson coming to town.
Oh, God. Yeah.
So good luck there. The only way Aiden gets himself into the conversation, guys, and tell me if I'm wrong, is at the end of the season. You know what that stat line reads?
10
11
sacks.
and a half, 12 sacks.
Okay, so you're going with that.
That's what you got to be Micah Parsons.
To
be able to beat Sauce Gardner out this year. That's what I think.
Unless Sauce gets toasted the rest of the year.
Maybe he does. Again, his performance could go in the other direction.
Yeah.
I have 13 weeks that tell me he's not going anywhere, right?
No, he could have been the pick last year, and I would have been just as happy as if they took Hutchinson.
This kid is unbelievable.
Who, Pele
Mbappe
Jr.?
just scored again.
Pele Jr.?
His 9th World Cup goal. He's not even 24 years old yet. This kid is sickening.
Poor Poland.
They deserve it. Fuck the Poland people, man. I lived in Poland for about a month.
You did?
Assholes.
Oh.
Bunch of stuck up. You know what? I take it back. The French are much worse, actually. I lived in Paris for about a month and a half, 2 months. Awful. Dirty. Asshole people. A lot of racist people over there.
That's not cool.
Yeah. Don't like them. Don't like the French. Like their soccer team, though. Winning me money. All right, let's move on. Let's take a quick break. When we get back, we'll be leading up to the college football playoff being released at noon.
It better
I'm interested.
be. It better
I'm with
freaking
you.
I think we know exactly what it's going to be.
It better be.
If it's not what we think it is,
if it ain't Georgia, Michigan, TCU, and Ohio State in that order, it's a fraud.
I agree.
Well, look, when we get back, we'll go around the NFC North. We'll see what the Jets and the Vikings game looks like. We'll see what the Packers and Bears game looks like. A lot of important matchups around the NFC North today, especially for seeding, standings, draft picks. A lot of implications here. We'll do all that and more. Remember, the Detroit Lions pregame show is brought to you by our great friends over at Swiss Insurance. We'll check in with Stick coming out in just a few minutes. We'll see you guys in a sec.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
13 in the National Football League. We are making the cut here at Lady Jane's World Headquarters in Birmingham, Michigan. Checking in with fans about those Detroit Lions. Can they get back on track? Please. We got Kevin in the big chair here first of all. How's Becca treating you over here?
Fantastic.
All right, very good. That's the most important thing. Second most important thing, Lions. Home against the Jags. Do they get back on track here?
I think they do, but it comes down to the end of game, and if they can manage the clock and all the other issues that they've been having at the end of the game.
Dan Campbell a problem or an asset for this team?
Too early for me to assess.
Look at that, smart
for him, and they're improving, but not sure he's a long-term answer.
There you go. We got Big Mike here. Big Mike, how you doing?
Good. How are you guys?
Good. Marlena treating you good?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Very good here. Only the best here at Lady Jane's. Lions, Jags, Sunday. Do they have a shot at the playoffs? Do they have a shot at this game?
They have a shot at the game. I don't think the playoffs. They're going to win this
playoff.
Playoffs. No, that's not going to happen this year, but they're going to win this game for sure.
All right, and then what? How many more do they win? They got 6 games to go. How many more do they win?
I'm going to say 2.
Okay.
I'm going to be optimistic and say 2.
Optimistic with the 6-11 record. Optimistic. We got Big Jeff here. Jeff, how's it going, my friend?
It's going well.
How's the wait?
Not too bad.
It's
only been a couple minutes.
We love our friends here at Lady Jane's. All right, Lions, Dan Campbell coming under a little bit of fire for the end of game management there at the time. What do you think?
You know what? He definitely deserves some of that criticism, but overall, I think he deserves more credit for keeping him in that game against the Super Bowl contender in the Bills.
All right, what happens today against the Jags?
I think they can get it done. You're at home. You're facing a Jags team who's coming off a big win against the Ravens, but they're beatable, Ryan. Give me the Lions. I'll say 27-21.
Go Lions!
Maddie Miller here with your Detroit Lions pregame report. The Lions gear up to face the Jacksonville Jaguars today at Ford Field, just a week after the nail-biting loss to the Buffalo Bills on Thanksgiving. The big event today is obviously the debut of the long-awaited Jameson Williams. Both he and Romeo Okwara were activated yesterday, while Julian Okwara was placed on IR. Romeo, however, has been presented as one of the inactives in today's game. Earlier this week, Coach Kimball said it would be, quote, a tall order for the two to be active, but clearly, Jameson checked all the boxes. Another couple players to look out for today is the top 2 2022 NFL draft picks. Trayvon Walker and Aiden Hutchinson will face each other for the first time today as pros. While the two will be compared for years to come, so far in their careers, Aiden Hutchinson takes the cake for the most production. It'll be interesting to see both of them on the same field today. This is the healthiest the Lions team has been yet so far this year. It'll be great to see them work as a well-oiled machine and see how many tools they really have in that offensive tool belt. That's all I have for you right now. I'll keep you posted as more comes in.
God bless Maddie. God bless. She's unrecognizable to me, by the way.
Why is that?
Dyed her hair black. Unrecognizable. Having said that, great stuff, Maddie. Thank you so much. We got 5 minutes before the college football playoff rankings are released. 5 minutes.
What'd you think of the games yesterday? Everyone on the chat, put your top 4 down right now and tell me why.
Label them 1 through 4.
And I want to know the people that are saying that Alabama and Ohio State should move up. I want to know why. Now, I know Ohio State's got to get in, obviously, because USC
They deserve
lost,
to get in. Ohio
TCU
State deserves
lost.
to get in.
They do, but no higher than 4.
No higher than 4, I agree. And any of you that want to make the case for Alabama, 34915 Woodward Avenue, Birmingham, Michigan. Please come to the studio so I can beat the living fuck out of you. Thank you so much. Having said that, 4 minutes now. 4 minutes before this is released.
Did you see they put on the Big Ten championship game? I got to listen to Nick Saban politic on why his team should be in there. Why the hell are they going to ask Nick Saban? Of course. What do you think he's going to say?
Yeah.
What do you think he's going to say? Of
course he's going to
lobby for it. You think I need to hear? I don't need to hear his crap.
They put up the checklist for Alabama to get in. It was just they just shouldn't get in.
Wait. Alabama, the same Alabama that's 3-2 against top 25 opponents. Meanwhile, TCU is 5-1.
Yep.
Yeah, kick rocks. Bama have no business. It should be 1 Georgia, 2 Michigan, 3 TCU, 4 Ohio State. That's it. And for all of you Ohio State or Michigan people that say, oh, well, we want a rematch, or, they're scared of making the rematch. This has nothing to do with a stupid fucking rematch. This has to do with what you have done over a 13-game season now. What have you done to earn your way into this playoff? USC lost, TCU lost. One of them needed to lose for Ohio State to get in. We all understood this before.
Yep.
Okay? USC lost. It was a guarantee that Ohio State was in. But why should Ohio State be rewarded by moving up 2 spots when TCU, all they did was lose in overtime and couldn't punch in from the 1-yard line?
To a number 10 team in the country, nonetheless.
Yeah.
Who will be number 6 or 7 in today's poll.
Yeah.
I said it last night. I mean, you can't let a team jump 2 spots into the 3rd spot for them sitting at home. They were watching the game just like us yesterday.
Yep.
And that TCU team, like Adam just said,
Played
they were
their
at the
ass
1-yard line to win the
Yeah.
game. You can't push them back and let a team that was sitting on the couch while we were all watching the game, same as us. You can't have them jump. That's just unbelievable.
By the way, I think Duggan scored the touchdown. I don't give a damn what the stinking replay that they took 10 minutes, 10 freaking minutes to decipher. If you're taking 10 minutes, it stays on the field the way that guy who's on the field called the play. They are ruining the game.
Yep.
And last night's game, you know what time the 4th quarter started for the Big Ten Championship? 11:17. The game started at 8 o'clock. That's how disgusting that they drew that game out. It was, first of all, it was a crappy game. Crappy. Purdue didn't belong there. Yeah, Aiden O'Connell played his ass off. He did. The guy has a great touch on his ball, by the way. Great touch. Doesn't throw for a lot of touchdowns. Charlie Jones, man, I'd sign him right now if I was an NFL team. That Charlie Jones can play ball. I just want to congratulations to Michigan. You did it. You held your serve. There was a game that was hard to get up for. But if you're going to play these championship games, the teams that are sitting on their ass should not benefit from it. That's all I'm saying going forward. That's it.
Well, now you have a 12-team playoff, right?
Yeah.
So now it's the 4 champions that are guaranteed a spot. We'll see how it plays out. The Rose Bowl finally signed their deal, so that's great. We're not going to have this issue after this year. At least there's that positive, but I'm
one more. You'll have it next year,
waiting.
too.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, so I'm anxiously waiting to see how this plays out. I don't think you'll ever have a more important matchup than you did last week with Michigan and Ohio State, both undefeated, what was on the line. Now, if they somehow, some way are paired together, which I doubt, a playoff semifinal I don't think is more important than what the other week was, but I would make the case a national title game between Ohio State and Michigan would be...
It'll be fun.
It would be electric.
They did that last year with Bama and Georgia. They split them up.
They had no choice.
Yeah, and then they wanted the national. They knew what was going to happen.
They overvalued Bama at 1.
Yep.
And gave them Cincinnati, and Georgia was still clearly the best team in the country.
They knew what they were doing.
And they undersold Michigan, and it should have been Michigan at 1, Bama 2, Georgia 3, Cincy 4, but they didn't. That was a clear, we're going to shuffle this around. This year, you can't do that. It's Georgia 1 and 2 was Georgia-Michigan. That's happening. You don't get to reward TCU, or excuse me, Ohio State over TCU, when TCU have more AP Top 25 wins, when they actually made their conference championship, when they actually have still one more win than Ohio State. Ohio State doesn't get to jump them from sitting at home and crossing their fingers hoping that they'd lose. That's not how this works.
Well, it shouldn't, but that's how it does work.
All right, it started. The countdown show has started. Here we go.
We will keep
We're
you
going to find out who the top 4 teams are.
You know what they're going to do, right? They're going to start with 1. Here. Usually you start with 4, 3, 2, 1. They'll start with 1, 2 here because you know it's Georgia and Michigan. They're going to make us suffer and wait the entire whatever length of this show goes.
You know, I got to give them credit, though, Maz. I love the way they've handled selections. The fact that it's the Tuesday and then the day after the championship games. Yeah. I love how relevant that is. They don't.
Well, it's like the final. It's like the 64. It's like the March Madness.
I love it.
We don't have to wait until Tuesday.
I love that they flex everything, and you're looking at it. You're looking at it. All the Big Ten teams, who's going to get in? We're probably, Matt, 5 weeks ago. Not only your show with Ryan and Braylon, but also on the morning. The hot topic at the time was, could 2 Big Ten teams get in? And everybody said no, Tennessee is the lock.
Facts.
And who would have thought 5 weeks later, Now, you could have sold me on Michigan being the Big Ten champions. I mean, they have been phenomenal all season.
Against the weak opponents until they hit
Of
Ohio
course.
State. We didn't really know about them until they hit Ohio State.
Yes.
Facts.
And, let's bring it back a week before. That second half against Illinois was concerning. And you thought that was the team that was going to roll into the horseshoe.
But that
It
was
wasn't.
when Corum went down.
Yes.
So they really weren't ready for Corum to go down yet. It took them a week to
and
get
Donovan
to get,
Edwards wasn't
right.
playing that
Yeah,
game. Like,
facts.
You were in a bad spot.
That was a
after
bad
Corum went
spot
down.
against a decent team.
Yep.
Brett Bielema had him ready to play that day.
They had them ready, and look, at the end of the day, I am a big fan of if you deserve to get in, you should be in. What does your resume tell me? And I'm sorry, I got to defend Ohio State, Mass. They do have a win over Notre Dame.
Oh, yeah.
Out of conference.
Early.
And you know what? Their loss to Michigan, as embarrassing as it was, could I make the argument today? Michigan were more impressive against Purdue, even though, again, Georgia still dominated LSU. But
They had nothing to play for.
Michigan, I could argue, the best team in the country. I could argue it. I would still put Georgia. Don't get me wrong.
Georgia looks
but
like they're on a different
Georgia
speed.
looked like an NFL team.
Yeah,
at
they're
this
on a
point.
different speed.
But, so I don't want to discredit Ohio State because they lost to, in my opinion, one of the two best teams in the country. So I think they should be rewarded more so for that than, USC and TCU lost. Let's vault them to 3.
I'm not saying Ohio State don't belong there because they're one of the best teams in the country. Matter of fact, Heather Dinich, who is a SEC lover, doesn't really like Michigan. We all know that. She said it a couple of weeks ago. The best opportunity to beat Georgia is with the Buckeyes, and she is going to get her wish. I want to see
Can I ask you
how
this?
they're going to do it because they're going to get Jackson Smith and Jigba back. They're going to get Maya Williams back. They're going to get healthier. They got them 3 weeks, a month to get healthy. That's a dangerous team at full strength.
Let me ask you this, Mass.
Yeah.
As I'm watching all these watch parties get set up for TCU, Michigan, Ohio State, Rick in the chat, Rick Lafra, I hope I didn't botch your name, buddy. If Michigan had lost to Ohio State, would they have let them in?
At this point, they're in the same spot as Ohio State was.
Would they be?
100%.
You
It would have been
They don't have a
you
win
don't-
over
you
Notre Dame, though.
It would have been
That's why I'm asking.
road
Yes.
loss, though.
A road loss. Sure, to the, quote, second best
And
team in the country it
the
would have
committee's
been.
made it very clear for years that they don't put two loss. They try to stay away from putting a 2-loss team in. If
So
they
you're
have a
telling me
one-loss
Michigan
team,
would have been
that's
ahead
better.
of Alabama like Ohio State has been?
Yeah, I believe so, 100%.
I don't
see-
think the committee would have shown the same mercy. I don't.
Really?
I don't. Because the non-conference schedule. I do think the committee would have found their way to Alabama. But the committee again, optics. They know they can't leave a one-loss Ohio State out for an Alabama. They can't do that. Oh, but a one-loss Michigan Michigan didn't beat anybody.
Right.
They look at their non-conference schedule. I could make the case. If I was on that committee selection,
make that case.
I could
That's
stand
fair.
up there right now and say Alabama should be ahead of a one-loss Michigan, even though I think it's bullshit.
Right, because they played more top 25 teams.
But I could make a legitimate case.
Yeah, no, I think it's fair. But at the end of the day, when you look at Alabama, the ranked opponents they've played, they just have lost to. And Michigan, the one ranked opponent, the top 10 there with Penn State, that's what, 7 or 8 now? They beat them. So, I mean, I don't see how you could do that and put that one-loss take a one-loss Michigan out.
This is getting very exciting. This is getting very exciting. Here we go. The College Football Playoff Selection Show on ESPN right now. They are going to release who the final playoff teams are. We will take a quick pause. What? What's going on?
Nothing. I'm just laughing.
Oh, God.
How they draw it out. That's all.
Oh, God.
How
Oh,
they
yeah.
draw
Always.
it out. yeah.
Always. Kareem, let's check in with Stick. And we'll come back. We'll take a quick pause, and we should be ready for the Final Four. Then we'll get back to the Lions. We'll go around the NFL and give our final score predictions for the Lions-Jaguars games. We'll be right back, guys.
We are live at the Brass Rail Cuervo Zone going on. Lions taking on the Jags today at 1 o'clock. My name is Stick, Woodward Sports. Flannel Sam is here, and Ryan from Feldman is here. We're going to be out with you guys tomorrow morning.
Oh, yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow morning for sure. And guess what, Sam?
Yeah.
Big Ten champions. Let's go! Let's go! Blake Corum for Heisman, 100%.
I mean, I know this is a Lions pregame, but what do you think about Donovan Edwards saying that he should win the Heisman?
I mean, Blake Corum's obviously out of the race. Donovan Edwards was paying homage to his fallen teammate, but Donovan Edwards is the better running back. He showed that yesterday.
He's definitely more elusive, 100% more elusive. Can break tackles. You know, any arm tackle you get on Donovan Edwards is done.
You can't take Michigan fans anywhere right now. Let's talk about the Lions a little bit. Who do you think's going to win the game today?
Oh, dude, I think Lions are going to pull it out. I think they're going to pull it out. Listen, Jameson Williams, you know, I like the bet, even though my betting is absolutely horrible. Taking you guys 0-2 so far this week. But guess what? Jameson Williams, first touchdown today. Great bet.
All right.
The Jaguars will rue the day that they picked Trayvon Walker over Aiden Hutchinson. Aiden Hutchinson is getting to Trevor Lawrence twice for 2 sacks today. Lions,
only 2?
Hey, 2 sacks is a lot of sacks, man.
What about a pick? What about a pick? He's getting a pick.
Ooh. 7 sacks, 3 interceptions. Good Lord, that's Defensive Rookie of the Year type stuff.
Defensive Rookie of the Year. Let's go, Lions.
And we can't have Ryan here without mentioning Malcolm Rodriguez, maybe the spokesmodel for Feldman.
Oh, yeah. Listen, being the #1 ranked rookie defensive player per PPF last week.
Yep.
Huge. And let me tell you something. He's poised for another big game today.
All right, well, let's go do some shots. Cuervo Zone live at the brass rail.
Baby,
go blue, go blue.
Go blue. Go blue. Hail to the victors. Valiant.
Go Honolulu blue. Back to you, Adam.
Hail to Michigan, the leaders and best.
Perfect. Thank you.
What's a winter wonderland if you can't shop, eat, and play? Lucky for you, you can do it all at the Downtown Detroit Markets, Cadillac Lodge, and the new winter version of the Monroe Street Midway, all located just across the street from Campus Martius Park. Find the fun at deckedoutdetroit.com.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Kroger's, and if you wanna know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
Has that Viking Jets line moved? Is it still 3?
We are back, baby! Oh, man, look at all these loser reporters standing out there. Michigan enjoying themselves for this college football playoff show. While we wait for the rankings to be released, let's go around the NFL, boys. Let's have some fun. Maz, let's start with the Vikings-Jets game.
Jets and Vikings. Vikings, a home team here. They were favored by 3. Has that line moved at all, Boone?
Right at 3.
It's still at 3. So that's what each home team gets in Vegas. You give 3 points. That's the starting point, and then you go from there. Because this line has not moved, that 3 points to me looks like it's a little too little. It looks too little. So I'm going to take the New York Jets today to upset the Minnesota Vikings. I got a hunch. Robert Saleh's going for NFL Coach of the Year. He's got this team. He's got Mike White, who I love, and this team loves Mike White. Now, on the other hand, you got Sauce Gardner against Justin Jefferson, and they got Kirk Cousins coming off a hell of a Thursday night, hell of a Thanksgiving night. Let's see if they can do it again. Vikings and the Jets. I like the Jets. Boone, you're up.
Maz, we're lockstep in this. I'm with the Jets today, too. I think it's weird, only 3 points for the Vikings at home. I think the Jets actually, I'm with you. I think they might win this game. If I'm betting the spread, I'll probably buy the hook and go 3.5 just to get that field goal number.
Yep.
But I love the Jets in this spot. I think they figure a way out to keep it close. I'm excited to see Sauce versus Justin Jefferson, too. That is going to be a huge, huge matchup. We have so many good games today, and that just adds to it, that matchup right there. But I do like the Jets +3.
Fair enough. I am going to take the Vikings here. And I'm going to take the Vikings because I think a push is in order. The 3 points terrify me. I want to go Jets here. I don't think the White you saw last week is what you're going to get this week.
If you go back to last year, he flubbed in his second game. threw a couple interceptions after that 400-yard game. But they didn't give him another chance after that. I mean, you're allowed to have a bad down game.
I just see this game working one of two ways. Dalvin Cook and TJ Hawkinson being the offensive MVPs. And although Sauce is probably going to have a game, I just don't see the offensive production for the Jets. So give me the Vikings. I'll take offense in this game, Maz. We'll go to the second game, Packers-Bears.
Yep.
Who you got?
I like the Pack in this game. I know they're favored. Low favored, only 3.5.
It's moved.
What is it now?
4.5.
So it went up.
Yep.
I like the Packers even more now. Give me the Pack today. Make a rebound Pack. I like Jordan Love to play in this game somehow, some way. I think Jordan Love gets in this game. Christian Watson continues his torrid pace. This guy is, all he does is catch touchdowns. He's like Chris Carter all of a sudden. You know, Aaron Rodgers, if he plays, he's going to have the belt. He's going to look at the Chicago Soldier Field fans and say, I own you. Now, Justin Fields going to play for the Bears. Could be a hell of a game. This is the most expensive ticket this Sunday in the NFL as far as StubHub goes.
Wow.
To get in to watch the Packers and Bears.
Give me the Packers 4.5. I agree.
Really, I'm gonna go. I'm switching it here on you guys. I'm going the Bears. I feel like the Bears have kept games close. They just haven't been able to win games. Justin Fields is just. I mean, I'm taking the over in this game too. The Bears seem to always go over the last 4 or 5 weeks when Justin Fields plays.
Oh heck yeah!
So the over is definitely in play here, but I'm taking the Bears plus 4.5. It's moved a little. I know Maz kind of looking at it. You want to go Packers. I'm still sticking with the Bears.
Okay, there's gonna be a lot of offense in the game. What's the over under? Got to be like close
45.
to 50. Yeah, I'll take the over.
Seems a little low. So
I'll take the over in that game as well. Let's go to the Meadowlands. You got the Giants hosting the Commanders. First time they're meeting this year. Washington, the hottest team in the NFL. Taylor Heineke, 8-3 in his starts. The G-men coming off 2 losses. What do you got, Adam?
I got the G-men pulling off the home upset. They're at home. I love the underdogs at home. You guys know it's one of my favorite bets. Give me the 2.5 points with the Giants.
Yeah, I'm the same thing. I mean, it's a divisional game, and they're underdogs at home. You have to take it.
You guys know I'm a Giant fan, true blue. Grew up a big blue fan. I can't see.
You're just trying not to jinx yourself.
I just can't see the Giants winning this game. I like Washington to win this game. They're playing great. Ron Rivera has thrown his name now all of a sudden into Coach of the Year capabilities. So let's go with that. So you got 2 Giants, and you got me taking the Commanders. Titans and the Eagles. This is the Fox game of the week. We don't get to see it here in Detroit. I wish I had the NFL ticket because I would love to see this game in Philly. Philly's 4.5, Boone.
Yeah, I'm thinking you guys are probably going to see a trend in my picks this week as I like all of the dogs almost. And I like the Titans to cover here. The Eagles they've slipped up the last couple weeks, and they haven't looked like they were from the jump. And I was one of the ones that said the Eagles were going to have a chance for an undefeated season just on their schedule, and they've absolutely just slipped up on 2 or 3 straight weeks now.
Is it still 4.5?
It's at 4.5 still.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go to the Titans in this spot. I like the Titans to keep it close here.
Adam?
I love the Titans, best coach team in football.
They are
Most
that.
disciplined team.
100%.
Stick to their roots, whether they're down 20 or up 20. Give me the Titans to cover. I still got the Eagles winning though.
I like the Eagles to bounce back, and I like the Titans, but I think the Eagles will cover this number today. Nick Sirianni, Jalen Hurts will get this team ready. Who's going against his old team here? Plays wide receiver for the Eagles. What's his name? Huh?
Aguilar?
No. Brown against the Titans.
Oh, A.J. Brown.
A.J. Brown against the Titans. Come on, man.
Losing my shit.
I like A.J. Brown today. I don't know what his numbers are, but I love him to explode today.
Well, thank
on
goodness
his
I'm not
old
playing
team.
him in fantasy football.
Touchdowns, receiving yards, receptions, put it all on there.
I'm telling you, take him.
like
Dolphins and the 49ers could be the game of the day. 49ers at home in Santa Clara, laying 4 to the red-hot Miami Dolphins. Adam.
I am in love with Kyle Shanahan. I love him as a head coach. I love the team they've assembled in San Francisco.
Me too.
Not only do they beat, I'm willing to double down. They're 4.5-point favorites, you said?
4.
4-point favorites. Give me 8.5 points for the Niners. I think they win this game handily. You'll see Tua struggle for the first time. He is going to turn the ball over today. Not because the Dolphins are a fake team. I think the Niners are one of the 2 or 3 best teams in the NFL right now.
Wow. The 8.5, you're moving the line.
I'm moving the line myself.
As much as you love Kyle Shanahan, I love Mike McDaniel.
Me too. I love them both.
He is the most electric. I love watching the clips of him talking on the sideline. The team loves him. The franchise loves him. I don't see how he doesn't just keep that team in games. Like, they have such a good offense with the receivers
going against his old
have.
team.
Yeah, like, this is going to be a close game. I think this is going to be a really close shootout of a game here. I told Maz last week, I think the 49ers could potentially be a Super Bowl contender, and I think they are right now with what they have. But this week, I have to go the Dolphins. Plus 4.5. This is going to be a field goal game down the stretch here.
It really does look good. Miami does look like the play here to me, but I told you the minute that they got Christian McCaffrey, I told everyone on that 2 o'clock show that we're on every day that the Niners are going to win the Super Bowl. I'm sticking with that. I got the 49ers to win and cover that 4. They'll win by 6 today. Browns at the Texans. We all know the story. Deshaun Watson going to play against his old team. Yeah, there's some hard feelings there. But the Texans, they're getting 7 at home. Boone, I'm going to you first on this one. Deshaun Watson against his old team.
I don't know what to do with this game, to be honest. It moved to 8. I don't know if I trust Deshaun Watson. I mean, this Browns team's still pretty good. Like, they're not bad, but like Nick Chubb, they have the guys to do it. The defense isn't bad. Myles Garrett can change a game in one play. But I think I have to go the Texans here because I don't know what to get out of Deshaun Watson this week. No one knows. That he played in the preseason game and he struggled.
I'll tell you what, quarterbacks this year are 1-4. 1-4.
Against their old team?
Against their old teams this year.
Yeah, so
that's the number. Having
I
said
like that,
that, give me an alternate line again. Give me the Browns 13.5.
Oh, wow. You like
Browns
a blowout.
are going to wipe the floor with the Texans. A late change of heart for me. I really thought going into this game the Browns would falter because of the whole situation. Deshaun reminds everybody why he was, at one point, a top 5-6 quarterback in the NFL.
Would you start him if you had a fantasy opportunity of him or Kirk Cousins? Who would
I
you
would start Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, I would as well.
You would?
Yeah.
Because that's my choice.
Yeah, I would start Deshaun because I have to deal with Kirk Cousins, who is going up a formidable Jets defense. He's going to turn the ball over. Give me Deshaun Watson.
It's at 1 o'clock.
Donovan Peoples-Jones. It doesn't matter. Donovan Peoples-Jones, Amari Cooper, Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt out of the backfield. He's going to have a lot of options. He's going to eat up. I like Deshaun Watson.
And you, both of you guys, you like the Browns to win today?
You didn't keep him on your bench all year, not to start him when the time came, Maz. Come on.
All right, I'll do it.
All right, I like
Should
that.
I take the Browns as my survivor pick as well, or should I take the Seahawks? This is a straight-up game.
I would take the Browns. I like the coaching situation better.
Seahawks are going against the Rams.
Yes, but Seahawks are say it differently. Seahawks are going up against Sean McVay,
The
who
Lambs.
had his team in the game against Arrowhead and the Chiefs. Let's not forget that.
I know.
They were in the game to an extent.
Yeah, they were.
It scares me. And then I got to go to the Texans, who Lovie Smith is their coach, and he's probably getting fired at the end of the year. Yeah, give me the Browns and Kevin Stefanski.
I'm starting to turn towards the Browns, just the fact that I don't think the Texans want to win a game at this point. So
Not even against Deshaun, huh?
yeah, I don't think they do.
All right. I'm going to make my picks now. I'll change my picks. Chiefs at the Bengals. I'll change my mind. This is the game of the week. AFC Championship revisited. The Bengals have beaten the Chiefs 6 straight in Cincinnati. Bengals are 2-point favorites, Adam.
They should be 2-point favorites. But I don't bet against Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. Give me the 2 points for the Chiefs. Even when they've played well, even when they've played awful, the result has always been the same. They win games. Give me the Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm going to go the Chiefs as well. The only time I won't take the Chiefs, to be honest, if it's a double-digit favorite, and then I'll switch it. But I've gotten to the point to where I've understood.
Uh-oh.
Did
All right,
they come
keep
out?
talking. We'll bring it up. Go ahead.
Made me nervous for a second.
Georgia.
Yeah, I told you they're going to go backwards.
Georgia,
They're going to go 1
motherfuckers.
through 4.
Motherfuckers.
So who you got there? You got the Bengals or the Chiefs?
I've got the Chiefs.
Okay.
Chiefs today.
I'm going to take the Chiefs as well to break the skid of
All right.
6 in a row.
Officially, Georgia number 1.
Yes, we knew
number
that.
2
Thank
officially
you, Adam.
will be the University of
Michigan. They haven't put it up yet.
God, these guys take
Oh,
forever.
yeah, they're gonna.
God, they
make
are
you
milking
suffer.
it.
Why do they even have 5 and 6 even up there? We don't care anymore.
Well, yeah,
We don't care anymore.
Nah.
Just give me the top 4.
The hell do I know? I am anxiously
Well,
waiting.
we're
for
waiting
this.
for this. We got the Chargers at the Raiders. I'll go to you, Boone, first. Raiders are favored in this game. 1-point home favorite.
Yep.
Against the Lightning Bolts.
The line's moved a 1.5. It's at 2.5.
Raiders are 2.5.
Yeah. I'm going the opposite. I'm going Raiders here. Or I apologize. The Chargers plus 2.5. I think this Chargers team's not bad. So I'm going with the Chargers.
It's happening. Georgia 1.
Yes, we know, Ron.
Michigan 2.
Yes, we got it.
Will TCU be number 3?
It better
That's
be.
the question. If it isn't, I'm going to lose my shit. Please, dear God, give me the matchup we all want to see in the country. We want to see Michigan, TCU. We want to see Georgia, Ohio State.
Yes,
we want
do.
to see Utah or Kansas State at 5 and Alabama at 6, maybe. Show me the money, TCU, please.
They're no way going to make Ohio State number 3 and get a rematch with Michigan.
We will see.
There's
You
no
never
way.
know. You never know with this committee.
No way.
Anxiously waiting here.
Boone, you can get up and come on over and watch the TV.
They
with us.
take so long with
I
these
know.
things.
It is.
This is
Absolutely
unbelievable.
frustrating.
We don't know what they're talking about right now. We're just waiting for them to
Driving-
flip the number 3 over.
All right, looks like it's coming in.
It does.
They've handed the
How do you
card.
know?
I don't know. I am anxiously waiting for this.
Boone has gotten out of his seat.
Show.
He is going to look for the number 3. Flip that card.
Show TCU.
There
Oh,
it is.
baby!
Number 3
Number
TCU.
3 TCU.
The
The
Horned
committee.
Frogs.
The
and
committee
the
got it
Michigan
right.
Wolverines.
There we
Now,
go.
where do they play? Are they out in Arizona, or are they going to play in Atlanta? Are they going to give Georgia?
No. They will play in Arizona. Georgia will go play in Atlanta.
So that means Michigan on New Year's Eve will play the late game going into New Year's Eve.
Likely, yes. Good. TCU deserved it,
Yes,
guys.
they did.
100%.
They lost in
yes.
overtime. They had more wins than Ohio State. Double the amount of top 25 wins that Ohio State and Michigan had combined. Save me the pity. This was the right scenario. Thank you, committee, for making our lives so much easier.
Hey, Nick
and when I say
Saban,
our lives,
suck it.
I mean college football fans in
Suck
general.
it, Saban.
This is what people wanted to see. You give the people not just what they want to see, Maz, but what we know is right. TCU at 3 is the right move. 1, Georgia. 2, Michigan. 3, TCU. Oh, my God. Alabama's number 4.
No, don't you dare.
No, I'm fucking
Don't
with
you
guys.
dare.
I don't have anything over here.
Don't
I
you
actually
dare.
believe
You know
you for
what?
a
I put
second.
Utah in there. That's how much I like Utah.
Utah
I
and
love
Kansas
that
State,
kid, that
man.
quarterback. I love that coach. I can't wait. I hope they're a Big Ten team one of these days. I like that Utah team. Scott Mitchell,
They
old
play
alma mater.
tough, man. That's a tough team. I liked them at the beginning of the year, and
Yeah.
then they dropped week 1 to Florida, and that killed them for the whole
Remember
season.
last year's Rose Bowl? They took Ohio State.
Yep.
They went up and down the field in Ohio State
Yep.
last year. To me, that just showed all I needed to see.
It'll be a
Then-
good game. Utah, Utah, Penn State in the Rose Bowl.
That's
this
what it's
year.
going to be. And
So,
they'll run Penn State out of the building.
Yeah, it'll be I think it'll be a good
I'll tell
game.
you that right now. Utah against Penn State in the Rose Bowl.
I'd love
Put
that.
all your money on Utah.
Oh, 100%. And they'll avenge Ohio
State number 4. There
Thank
it is.
you, committee.
2 Big Ten teams.
First time ever, I believe.
First time
Congratulations.
ever in the college football playoff.
Only one SEC team
Maz,
this year.
confirmed. Michigan will play number 3 TCU in the Fiesta Bowl.
Yep. In Arizona. What time is that going to kick?
Probably 7 o'clock.
8 o'clock probably.
7, 8. We'll see.
Yep.
Oh, that's right. No, it'll be 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
5 p.m.
Yep.
Their time. Good for them. Ohio State deserved to get in. They played their season the right way. They
Yep.
ran the table, lost to a formidable Michigan team. There's no
Who do you
shame
put
in
in
that.
at number 5? The Adham Beydoun number
The Adham
5.
Beydoun number 5. I'm throwing Utah or Kansas State.
But they
and
won't.
if anything, I'm putting Kansas State at 5.
They won't. They'll put
They won't.
Alabama
They'll put
at 5.
Bama at 5.
They'll put Bama at
The
5.
committee will put Bama at 5 and Kansas State at 6. I disagree. It should be Kansas State at 5 because,
They
Matt,
might
what
put
are you
Utah
telling
at
me?
6.
What are you telling me? You're telling me TCU is still the 3rd best team in the country.
Right.
Oh, wait. The number 10 team just beat them.
Right.
They should move up 5 spots. Put 6 Utah, 7 Bama. Bama can suck my nuts and move down
Well,
a spot.
Bama's going to be 5. We all know that.
Unfortunately. But you asked the
But it
Adham
really don't
version.
matter, right? It really doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. I will bowl games. I mean, if you care about bowl games, that does matter.
How many of those Alabama kids are going to even want to play? You think
Probably
you're gonna
not
see,
many.
You think you're going to see Will Anderson play that game?
Alabama
No.
number 5. What do you know?
Can we
Surprise,
start,
surprise.
find a way to get Adham on the playoff committee?
Tennessee 6.
I would be such an asshole to all
Tennessee
those
6.
people.
Things were getting
Adam.
mixed up.
What's up with Tennessee 6? They didn't play.
It's the SEC bias. Tennessee moved up, and
Yeah.
mind you, they don't have Hendon Hooker.
No.
Fuck you,
Yeah.
college football
How
committee.
the hell does that happen?
This is why a committee sucks. Shit like this. Kansas State beats the number 3 ranked team in the country, and they are the Big 12 champions.
Utah
and they
beat
don't
the
move into
freaking
the
number
top
4
6.
team. Utah beat number 4, USC, and knocked them out.
You know, honestly, this is why people hate the committee.
It's okay. We got the 4 right.
Shit like this.
That's all that matters.
If you
to be
missed
honest.
it is Georgia, Michigan, TCU, and Ohio State. Michigan will play TCU New Year's Eve in Tempe at the Fiesta Bowl.
Pathetic.
In the Big Giant Toaster where the Cardinals play.
And the Chick-fil-A Peach
game,
Bowl.
Yep, the first game will be Georgia against Ohio
sham.
State.
What a sham. Disgusting. So disgusting.
What, just the 5 and 6?
Yeah,
It's okay. It's okay.
You're sending the wrong message. Tennessee moves up, and I have number 13, or excuse me, whoa. Number 11 Utah beating number 4 USC, and number 10 Kansas State. Well, again, you want SEC teams in these big bowl games. Fuck you, college football.
I mean,
playoff
what
committee.
did USC drop
Fuck
to?
you.
I can't see.
They don't even tell you
Fuck
right now.
you. They didn't
They
even
just show
tell
you the
us.
top 6.
They can suck my balls. What a waste of time.
USC will still be in the top 10.
Let's wrap the shindig up. Lions, Jags. The Jaguars have lost 19 straight games
Against the NFC.
against the NFC.
But
Booner,
guess who leads this series? It's the Lions, 4-3. Last time they beat Jags was in Jacksonville, 2020, 34-16. DeAndre Swift, 116 yards and 2 touchdowns. Boone, who do you like?
I don't know if he'll do that today, but I think it's going to be 20 straight NFC losses today. I think the Lions get the win today. I have here written down, I have 34-24.
Okay.
I like it to be the over to hit. I like it to be high scoring. And I think the Lions, towards the end of the game, they pull away and they win this game by 10 points. I think the Jameson Williams, and he might be limited. We might not know what he's going to be. I think it's going to open up more than we think. Because a lot of people didn't even think he was going to play this week, and he's playing. So I think he's more ahead than we actually think. And I think they have a game plan with him. I think they win this game by 10 points, and that offense puts up 30+.
All right. I like the Leos myself, except I'm going to pick it a little closer. I'm going 24-23. I say Riley Patterson misses an extra point to tie the game at the end of this game. The old Lion kicker. We're going to get one our way this time. Lions 24, Jaguars 23.
all right. I am unfortunately have to go against both of you.
That's okay. We wouldn't expect anything else.
This is such a hard game because the Lions secondary and their defense overall have been exceptional over the last 4 weeks. They are at home. My mind is telling me the Lions are going to win today, 31-28. But I have that stupid Sunday morning out of bed feeling. It's telling me the Jaguars, in a stupid way, find a way to win. So I'm going to go Jaguars to win 28-27. They squeak out. My mind's telling me the Lions should win this game. I'm going to be honest with both of you. But you guys ever wake up and today's not the day. It doesn't feel right. Today doesn't feel right. I have too much history on the side of the Lions. 19 straight losses against the NFC for Jacksonville.
Gotta
Doug
end sometime,
Peterson,
huh?
a notorious successful coach against the NFC during his time in Philly. It doesn't feel right. It just doesn't. So I'm going to go 28-27. Give me the Jacksonville Jaguars.
And I got the 1 point the other way. Isn't that something? We both picked 1 point games.
I think the
Who's
line's
got
right.
him by 10?
I've got a 10-point win.
You got balls. I'll tell you that much. Make sure you alternate bet that.
Who do you like, Michigan or
We'll talk about it
TCU?
tomorrow.
What do you think the spread is? Michigan, TCU.
Michigan probably 5.5 point favorites.
Yeah, I would say 6 points. I would say Michigan by 6.
That sounds right. My initial thought was a touchdown.
Okay.
So
Sounds
5,
about right.
6, 7, that area.
And
That's where.
what do you think about the Georgia-Ohio State game? What do you think the number is?
Oh.
My number would be 8. Georgia, 8.
Yeah, I think both of these games might have similar spreads.
Yeah.
Very, very similar. I wonder if they've already have posted.
I guarantee you they got him up there already. Let's take a look before we get off the air
I'm
here.
disgusted.
Right here. Who do you like in those 2 games, Adam? Right
I'm disgusted right now.
Don't worry about the 5 and 6.
Fucking bullshit.
They got the top 4 right.
Disgusting. Who do I like in the games? I like Michigan and Georgia to face each other in the national championship game. Having said that,
Georgia to win.
Georgia has a problem. You gave up 30 to LSU with a backup quarterback. I don't like that. Jackson Smith and Jimba, Marvin Harrison Jr., the 2 best receivers in college football. Oof. Ohio State are going to play Alabama. Let me rephrase this.
Yeah.
Last year, Cincinnati played pretty well against Alabama. Fair or not fair?
Yeah.
Michigan got their asses kicked. This year, flip it. TCU's going to get their asses kicked. Ohio State's going to play Georgia very close.
I agree with that. In the lines here, kind
What
of
are
surprising. Michigan is 9.5-point favorites to open.
There you go.
So almost 10. And Georgia is 6.5. So a touchdown number there. So not too surprising there, but 10 points for Michigan. I thought it was going to be more at 5 or 6. I didn't think it was going to be a full 10.
Wow, Georgia's only 6?
Georgia's 6.5.
Let me tell you, you could look back. Do you remember the spread against Alabama when Georgia was playing? That's probably one of their lowest spreads of the year, is what I mean.
Right.
That's a lot of Ohio State love right there. And when do you ever get Ohio State as an underdog? That's another thing that you can look at.
That's true. I actually, I don't know. My first thought is I think I might go Ohio State in that spot. Or, Georgia in that spot.
Read me the lines one more time.
Georgia is 6.5-point favorites, and Michigan is 9.5.
9.5 for Michigan. I
think I would take.
I would definitely take Texas on the points.
Yep.
I think it'll be a close game, but I don't know. Michigan have that blowout potential, man. They're such a good second-half team.
TCU don't play a lot of defense. They don't
very
play a
true.
lot of defense.
You know what? I take it back. I'm sticking with my original feeling on this. Give me Michigan to win big. And I think Ohio State's going to play Georgia close. Watch out. We might have Michigan, Ohio State in a natty.
I would love nothing more than to see those two teams
I think the
play
football
again.
gods are setting it up for that. Like,
It's
they
looking
want
that way.
that to happen.
How
and
great
who would
for
have
the
thought
Big
in the
Ten.
year where the Big Ten was at its absolute
worst.
lowest ebb?
Yes.
In 40 years. Who
Wow.
would have thought? All right, that's it for us. Thank you, everybody, for joining us this morning here on the Detroit Lions pregame show, brought to you by our good friends, of course, over at Swiss Insurance. Thank you to everybody. Check us out at woodwardsports.com. Make sure you like the video if you're watching it over at YouTube. If you're over at woodwardsports.com, check out all of our latest articles, breaking news, Booner with his best bets, so many Michigan articles and Lions articles coming out today. Make sure you check them out, give them a read. We will see you tomorrow live at Feldman Chevrolet. For the recap, it's going to be great. Lions kicking off in just a bit. You all have a great rest of your Sunday. For Maz, myself, and Booner, and Kareem, we're out of here.
See ya.